And when you're in business for yourself, then every day is Friday. Or, well, sometimes actually being in business can be fairly challenging at times. But there are many great perks to it. You definitely can't just take off any day of the week that you want, or you don't get to say, "Oh, it's Saturday, so I don't have to work, or I'm not working." No way. As a business owner, self-employed, you're kind of working all the time until you really get it all set up so that you can have the freedoms that that brings. But anyhow, happy Friday, everyone, and thank you for joining me. For those of you that joined us yesterday on our Earn While You Sleep, November the 14th, that was last Thursday night. Thank you so much. It was an amazing event. We had 3 amazing, awesome experts that came on, and they did a phenomenal job. One of those experts is coming on right now with me, live from the Dominican Republic. We will be hosting Noel. Noel, I said, join me, and somehow or another, some days this doesn't work. Can you hear me? Oh, there you are. Yeah. It's morning for me, afternoon for you, because we just changed our times, but it's all good.
It's weird, I can't see you, but
Oh, I don't get that about Instagram. Sometimes you get on and I can't see you, but I can hear you. Today you can, I guess, hear me, but you can't see me. That's very strange. Um, but I can see you and I can hear you. So this is great. And we've got quite a few people that's already joined. So thank you to all of you that are joining. I'm also live on YouTube, Noel, so we can hear you there. Let's get started so that we have enough time to cover everything. Tell the viewers and our listeners, the ones that are on now and the ones that will listen later, where are you joining us from?
I am in the beautiful Dominican Republic, and I'm in the North Coast, a place called Cabarete, and so we're on the most northern part of the country, and where the beautiful beaches are, kite surfing is, and the land of fiesta.
Yeah, so I so envy you, because right now I'm in my house and I still feel chilly and cold because I'm in cold Toronto, Canada, right? But give us a little bit of your bio. Tell us who you are and what it is that you're doing and why you ended up in the Dominican Republic.
Right. Well, during COVID, I had left Canada because I didn't want to do lockdowns in the cold, and so I ended up, spending some time in Jamaica. Then when I was over there, I saw that I missed out on the boom of the pricing boom over there. People had told me years ago to buy in Jamaica, and then I was thinking, I don't know, I kind of want to just do things that are close to home, and Toronto's exploding, and not realizing that you could have got 3 or 4 properties for the price of one at that time, and ignorance is really not bliss, it's expensive. So
That's right.
Expensive lesson to learn, because I've met people down there who made millions of dollars who've taken advantage of the boom. And so then I was in Florida for a little bit, and with Grant Cardone, learning about how to underwrite multifamily deals and doing apartment deals. And then a friend of mine from the DR said, "Hey, you got to come here, and come check it out." And so I didn't really know much about the place, but decided to at least let me investigate this time, and because I didn't do that with Jamaica, I said, let me do that with the DR. And by the time I got here, oh my God, like this place is incredible. It's I know my family's from Trinidad and Guyana, and I've got family in Barbados, and Jamaica is like a second home. Dominican Republic is the nicest Caribbean island thus far I've been on. Like it's the most developed and developing, and it's just a beautiful place to get. Love. It's all one love, but DR it's tough to beat.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, I still love Jamaica no matter what. It's gonna still be my first love. It's where I was born and where I was raised. But I'm happy to explore and check out great opportunities elsewhere in the Caribbean and across the globe.
Yeah, indeed. And I will tell you right now, I'm in the Dominican Republic that for everybody who's watching this who may be from Toronto, for 10 years prior to COVID, we enjoyed like a very robust market. It made a lot of millionaires. You didn't even have to be intelligent to make money investing in real estate in Toronto. Like you didn't. It didn't take much strategy. At certain areas, obviously, I'm doing better than others, but we were in some cases getting 10, 15, and 20% in a year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And what was happening then in Canada is happening now here. But the difference being that the government here really incentivizes expats or foreigners to invest here, to buy here, to do business here.
Okay.
And there's a guy called the Nomad Capitalist. He says, "Go where you're treated best," and they treat you really well here. No regulations on the whole thing. With like there's all the regs that came in for Airbnbs and cash flowing and all of that. None of that here.
That's awesome. Well, so now that you've actually jumped into, I guess getting to while you're there, outside of moving there, or sort of abandoning us here in Canada, let's get to your project, right? What makes your W2Q Beachfront Condos? What makes it, a great or standout project in the Dominican Republic compared to, say, other beachfront condominiums that are being built? Because you did say that there's a lot going on there and the price point and entry point is great. So what is it that's making it attractive for someone like myself or our viewers? Because we're hoping that some of the people joining us today are looking to invest internationally.
Right. Right before I get into that,
okay,
because this is a very short conversation we're having today. But for people who want to get the full presentation and or connect with me, you have a link we have events that are coming up here online, and I'll also put in the chat the WhatsApp number that you can reach me on, and just let me know if you're interested in learning more. I'll send you the invitation for the information sessions. There's one coming up tomorrow morning, and there's one coming up on Monday night. And depending on when you're seeing this, we're going to be having these throughout the week. So if there's interest in a deep dive, and with a real full background of things, by all means, you can also connect with Andrea as well.
Yeah, and you know what, Noel, we can definitely I can put something in my story with the link and all of that, just to say join Noel, right? Because we just had an event last night that was really well attended and had some great interest. You've already had people follow up with you, which shows great interest.
So now to answer your question, we are the first 5-star in East Cabarete. Before we made our investment, first and foremost, I went and I had met with I went to City and I met with the urban city planners for Puerto Plata, which is again North Coast Dominican Republic, and Cabarete, Sosua. I met with the urban city planners, and they pulled up the maps. They showed us what the expansion plans were for what businesses are coming in, and what the plans are for the next 10 years. And so that's what really got my attention and excited me, because I was like, oh boy, there's a tremendous upside. And what they're saying is that we're going to be at Miami level prices inside of the next 10 years.
Amazing.
Why we specifically chose where we are in the area of Camino del Sol, which is right by La Boca. It was the best possible deal because the area is going through regentrification, because it used to be the hot spot for down here. And then 30 years ago, that changed, and things went to Punta Cana. The current president, he's from Puerto Plata and the province of Puerto Plata, so he wants to see a revival of the north, and so he invested a ton of resources and a ton of money to come north, and it's created a renaissance. And so the area that we're in specifically, we got the best bang for the buck, that has the most development taking place, and we got one of the last lots along the beach, and all building is going east. So there's a ton of beachfront properties here, but not positioned where we're positioned for the on the uptake on the for investors to get that great return. So this is for us, it was the best money invested, best money return. And just to give you an example, we bought the land for for $910, and we just had it recently appraised, and it's a little over 1.4 now. So, and that's inside of 2 years. So that should give you a sense of things.
That's awesome.
What I'm talking about.
And I love that you did a lot of due diligence too, because this really helps individuals who are on the call understand that, that your due diligence and all the work that you did helps protect you and investors who want to come and, buddy up and buy a unit and partner with you. So I think that's amazing. Plus, you're saying to us that not just where you've already made, what is that, 600,000. You also know that we as investors, as we buy units, we're also going to see that huge return in a short period of time. I love it.
That was the whole point. This is not hypothetical.
Yeah.
It's real. We can show people the receipts. I mean, it's real. So
that's awesome.
What you guys can do here, there's a lot of people back home who, because of the interest rates hikes and the pullback on price on values, some people have lost access to 30 or 40% of the equity they had. Well, my suggestion is, or idea is, hey, look, why don't you take those funds, bring it here for what you would use for a down payment for a property in Toronto. That's paying for a unit outright here. Our prices start at 161. You know what I mean? Like this, and so US dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so and we've got flexible payment plans for that. You can make back that 40% over the next 2 years. You know what I mean? Like this, and then put yourself into that win-win situation going forward. And some people are buying multiple units, and then because we have an assignment situation where people can sell prior to closing, there's some people who are getting a couple of units, hold a few, and flip a few. You know what I mean? So we're poised for great growth. And for people who decide, maybe I want to just retire someplace, then it's a great place. And one thing also, too, we have what they call a fly and buy program, where if you book the flight, specifically come down to look at our project, and you decide to buy, we'll discount your unit by the cost of the flight up to a maximum of $1,500. You know what I mean? Like this. And so it didn't cost you anything to come.
So you can get a vacation and buy a unit that you can continually generate income from, and then also continue to vacation there over time because it's your unit. You can use it when you want. Awesome.
And one of the people here saying they want to speak to me personally, I put my number in the chat, 647-308-6635. Hit me on WhatsApp. You put in your name and the best time to call you. I'll definitely give you a call, and I'm happy to speak with you one-on-one, no problem.
And I've also reminded people in the chat that you have an event live tomorrow. You have a live event tomorrow that they can join.
Yes.
Live virtual.
Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning, Saturday, the 16th. And if you're looking at this video after that date, you can send a DM or send a message, and certainly we can send you the link, and you can get the upcoming days. But this is an exciting time, and this is a hands-off investment for you. Like, we manage everything internally, everything is run. So once we're finished being built, you'll have the opportunity to just have it cash flow for you and come down whenever you want to use the unit. It's yours. So just book the same way if you were Airbnb your own place back home. But you decide, okay, I want to be at the house. Well, you just block off those dates, and so people can't book, right? Same type of setup. And also, too, after the 2 years of the build, because we're going to be done in Q4 2026, you're looking at then having, if you're just doing straight investment, earning between 10 to 15% per year on market value increase alone, and then and then you're getting a cash flow between 8 and 12% per year. You know what I mean? So when you combine those two things, you're over 20% a year. Like, it's a phenomenal situation. And and I think that, don't be like I was when it came to Jamaica, because my mindset was, I'm in Toronto, our market's on fire. Oh my God, why would I want to go invest in these countries? Not realizing that international money and big money is coming into all these countries for a reason. Like, just to give you an example, just down the street from us, the Ritz-Carlton is they're at La Boca. They're building a resort there. Like, that's. If the Ritz is coming, that should give you a sense of things. You know what I mean? They got the W Hotel and Marriott and others have come through here. Like, it's big business.
Yeah.
And so for you to come and get your little slice of that and come and enjoy a really cool and enjoyable culture, why not? You know what I mean? Come on down and, you know, come get a feel. And if you do decide to come down, take the tour with us, you know, it's all good.
Yeah. So Noel, you've answered some of what else I was going to ask, which is, as someone who's personally invested in your project, right? Because I've supported, I love what I see there, and I agree with you. I've always started here locally because it just made sense. It was familiar. I knew it. But once I realized I could go, you know, across Canada and international, I've done that. So, but for someone, explain to others here listening why W2Q is such a great investment, both for lifestyle, right? So today, and of course for long-term wealth building, because I started in real estate simply to focus on improving my life today and my future for, you know, generations to come. So I didn't want to just produce only a win for myself, but also I wanted to produce something that was going to be phenomenal for my kids and my family legacy. So explain to us, how can W2Q Beachfront Condos provide for us in these ways?
Fair enough. And to MD, I will check my DMs after I'm off the call.
Yes.
That's on there yet. I'll check as soon as I get off. But if you send me something, it should be there. Lifestyle-wise, we're the first 5-star in East Cabarete that's coming in, so that's very, very exciting. You know, there's other multi-million-dollar villas and other things that are coming into our area, and there's other projects that are coming in, which is great because all of that is contributing to the increase in market value. Lifestyle-wise, you're talking 5-star living. You're on the beach, literally. Your spectacular views, low cost of living here. You're talking about like probably about a third of what we pay for things back home is what you're paying here. Like it's way, 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 way cheaper, even though it's in a U.S. equivalent. You know, it's you have to remember, like when you look at what people here earn in terms of wages, it's got to match. You know what I mean? The cost to live. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bunch of people in the street, right? And so our dollars, when you come here, extend and go way further. So, you know, for somebody who's even just making 60, 70 grand a year, 80 grand a year back home, a lot of people are coming here doing this and working remotely because your standard of living, you get a house, you get a housekeeper, you get a driver if you wish, you know what I mean? You got it's all the things that would be considered extreme luxury.
All within the affordable range. Plus, the dollars that you're speaking to are USD, right? So everything that you're earning is in US dollars.
Well, I'll just give you a quick example of my last that I had my chef come through. You know, I'll get these meals.
I've experienced your chef coming through. You know, your cleaner, your cook, and it's really nice. We could get up to cooked meals, go to bed, or come home from a long day, have our meals ready. I love it. You know.
By the way, I mean, if those of you who have roots abroad in developing countries, you all know that having somebody come in to help in the cook and the clean, those are basic things back home. You know what I mean? In those countries, you know, but it's not basic. We're in Canada. You know what I mean? And so, and the United States. So, or in parts of Europe. So here, it's something where you get to have that best of both worlds in a very safe environment. You know, you can walk in Cabaret any time of the night. You know, on the road. Obviously, just like anywhere else, we be vigilant. But at the end of the day, it's safe here. It's a great place. So if you want to be able to take advantage of great opportunity, again, come out to our information session, you know, that we're having. DM me at the number I posted already in there, 647-308-6635. Or if you're seeing my profile, because I'm on the call here, you can DM me directly there or DM Andrea and we'll give you the details. But it doesn't cost you anything to listen, but it can cost you a lot not to listen. And I will tell you that me not listening to somebody when they talked about Jamaica, not investigating, cost me millions of dollars. That's just straight facts, you know. And so now I'm one of those people where DR is one of the places here that we're in, and we're going to be exploring other places as well, because the world is now a global community, and there's opportunity in lots of places, and a lot of places that we may have never even thought of, but where we can get better returns than we can get, much less expensive, government, that are far friendlier than ours has been, and there are, and in this particular government here, they don't report your income to any countries. You know what I mean? So
it's important stuff.
there's a bunch of opportunities here that we can enlighten you on and show you how to take advantage of it for yourself here.
Yeah, I think I love the fact. So we talked about lifestyle. So for sure, as Canadians, we're hard hit with taxes, with the inability to afford housekeeping, cook, all the extra things that you might be able to afford in a developing country or in the Caribbean, right? So as well as knowing that you could be earning and investing in USD dollars, it's a great it's a great opportunity to earn. I think I was just looking at the Canadian dollar this week, and it's almost at 70%, $70, okay, or $70, 70 cents. And so the US dollar is definitely a much stronger currency than our own.
Yes. The last things I'll say to this before we jump off.
Yes, because it's almost done.
And I'll get to your message in a second, Empty. I would definitely look to see that the message is there. So just bear with us for a minute. It's either someday or day one. You know what I mean? And you really don't want to sleep on this stuff. I mean, I was listening to Kevin O'Leary. He was being interviewed talking about the state of things in Canada right now. And, and he said that based on some of what's happened with the current administration, it may take decades to repair some of the damage that's been done. And right now, the way I see it, back in the days when I used to do some trading, they say this thing called the stop loss. And if you've been losing, there's a time when you want to now cut your losses and move on and take advantage of new opportunities. I believe that this is one of the best that you could possibly look at. And when you come to the presentation or get a one-on-one, when you really understand, you'll learn a lot more. Mm-hmm. They make it easy to set up bank accounts here. You just need a passport and proof of having a bank account abroad. It's fair. They make it so easy to get going and get started here. So again, there's lots more to share. But I really hope that I'm somebody who at least piqued your curiosity to say, whether it's what Noel is doing or somebody else is doing, I am going to start looking at opportunities because, he who hesitates is lost, and there's tremendous opportunities outside of the great nation of Canada and the great nation of the United States and of Europe. Like there's other places where we can do extremely well for ourselves and our family. The bottom line is, it's not the government's job to make you and I rich. It's our job to make ourselves rich.
For sure.
And so we're taking full responsibility, take the bull by the horns, and make some great things happen. So come and do it in paradise. Come meet us. Come visit. And let's see what possibilities we can bring together.
Awesome. Thanks, Noel. And I didn't talk about our relationship, but Noel and I have been partnering together, both there in the Dominican. And when I went down there earlier this year, I was able to capture Noel's story in a podcast. And so that is available on my YouTube channel as well. So you can always check that out. He goes into talking about who he is and what he's doing. And, we didn't get to some of that as well as this project, but for sure tomorrow, connect if you want to be able to learn more and join that virtual live, right? So that you can get the answers that you need to the questions that you may have. Thank you so much, Noel, for joining me and for taking the time both last night and this morning here, and all the best tomorrow as well as, this afternoon, because I know you've got some business meetings to attend to. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Appreciate you. It's always great. And by the way, if you're looking for a great coach on real estate investing, somebody who's developed a massive portfolio and is doing great things, make certain not to sleep on Miss Andrea Perth. Williams. She is doing great things. So you make sure to connect with her, and the Earn While You Sleep programs that she runs.
Yeah.
She's doing phenomenal work, and she's been a great friend and a business partner known her since high school. So
yeah, I know. Since we were just a few years, that's about 5 years ago.
Genuine and has great intentions and works like a beast. Works extremely hard. So you're in good hands with Andrea. Alrighty. So guys, take care. Bless.
Thank you.
For this other call, I'm gonna jump on, but we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Take care, Noel. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, should make sure I can see that. Yep, and that.